Gah, it's hard causing mayhem when I'm so small. The guys don't even like me. I know. I'll need what that Italian feller uses. Aha! A mushroom. Here we go. Time to do the thing that monsters in pockets do. Everyone's playing with their goes. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah. Now I'll cause mayhem and chaos around the world.
Hello, collectors, and welcome to my review of the Monster King series, or whatever they're calling it, Godzilla 2016. Standing roughly 28 centimeters, this big Godzilla has captivated fans in the West, and everyone wants a piece of it, so much so dealers are charging upwards of $90. Is it worth giving in, or should you hold out? Well, you know the drill. Let's take a look to see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. So first up, Shinny here has a wicked lean to him, and I'm going to reflect that with the shots and so forth in the review. I'm not going to compensate for it by turning my camera and the like. Not all have it, I've definitely seen many without it, but come on, it's a review. Anyway, with hard vinyl for the body and tail and softer for the arms and legs, this biggin follows in the footsteps of the movie Monster series counterpart. Good sculpt, but the paint doesn't do it any favors. The head, for example, white eyes with a pupil mark you cannot miss. That's not painted. Black Sharpie costs in China must be through the roof. Anyway, individually painted teeth and a very lumpy but accurate head sculpt. The neck is where we start to see an issue with the paint. Aside from very conservative applications, it looks scratchy at this size, and as we head south, it tends to get a little worse. The texture on Godzilla is captured very well, even as we move down to the chest, which reminds me of a partially decomposed organism. This feeling is carried over to the arms too, where we can even see some veins on them. Very creepy. This is also a good time to talk about the paint again. It seems like, and you'll see this in other places, the factory workers got a little carried away with the red spray at random spots. The thighs feature paint, but to be honest, it's very sparse, and, well, on the shelf, it can be hard to notice. At least we get more paint here compared to the movie Monster series. The claws on the feet are painted well enough, the spray looks good, but the right foot is kinda scraped up on mine straight out of the box. Wasn't a result of poor packaging from the retailer. The dorsal plates look great with the red paint and are very impressive, and from the back this really reminds me of the creature we see on the screen. Very impressive, similar to the tail. The movie Monster series has a stretched out tail, but to accommodate the box, this one is more so upright like we see in the trailers. The tip of the tail where the spoiler things, you know what I mean, are visible, but the paint again looks very scratchy, almost like a first shot at a custom, so to speak. Overall, Godzilla's sculpt is good, but the paint, your mileage may vary. No tag or accessories for this figure, but it is a deluxe boxed figure similar to the Bandai America figures, like Godzilla 2004 and Kiryu. Perhaps a hint we'll see a stateside release? Who knows? Articulation is simple, with swivel shoulders and swivel hips. Nothing at the tail. And a size comparison to show off how big this guy is. Very huge. Huge. Bigly. So, buy it now, skip it, or wait for a deal. Sculpt is very good, but the paint, I'm not a fan personally. I mean, there is clearly a pupil with no paint for it. Lazy. MSRP is around the 4,000 yen mark, and I think it's a little overpriced, but it's not too hard to swallow. For a kid's toy, which is the main intention first and foremost, it's not bad, but from a parent's perspective, it'd be hard to justify about $40 for this. As a collector, at the bare minimum, it gets you a large G16 figure, whether it's a permanent edition or a placeholder, and regardless, it's another figure on the shelf. Don't overpay for this. If you're having a hard time finding this, set up a notification at Fig & Stock for the big 3 Japanese import sites and stock Mandarake. A cheap, reasonably priced one will pop up soon enough, and the cheaper you can get this guy, the better. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below to share your thoughts. If you're interested in picking this figure up, or others like it, check the description for some cool links to take you where you need to go. Why don't you watch some more videos? Click the annotations on the screen now for more great content. Thanks again, and I'll catch ya in the next video.